Alrighty, quick little update. What's up, dogs? What do you think? Cisco? Jackson? Shadow didn't want to come out today. I still need to do a video on her story. We're not sure. She adopted us, and we're still not sure what kind of trauma she went through, but sometimes she don't like when I'm cutting and grinding and sanding out here with the loud tools. She gets a little nervous, so some days she won't even come out. Anyhow, got a good little time lapse there. You can see I got this piece all in. Done it in two pieces. Got it knocked down good. I'm going to go ahead and mix up. I got a high spot right there I need to knock down. I'll lay that there. Anyhow, I'm got that cleaned up. Gonna hit it with my hit it with some acetone, get it cleaned up, and go ahead and smooth some short strand fiberglass filler in there, just like I did that side. It really don't need it. You're not gonna see it, but one of these days, maybe in another 50, 60 years, when somebody else goes to taking this thing apart, probably my son, because when my dad gave me this car, he told me I could hand it down, but I could never sell it. So anyhow, I want the next guy that works on it to look at it and say, hey, he done a pretty damn good job. So I know I told you guys a while back that the cans of wax and grease remover was getting a little expensive, and I had ordered me a reusable pressuring. Anyhow, you can fill it up and put air pressure to it, and you got a spray can. I'm sure you guys know what those are. Anyhow, I ordered it, and I think it was a gallon of cleaner from Eastwood. And I don't know, it was a week or so, and then I got a notice that it was out of stock. Well, I didn't want to wait, and the last time I checked Harbor Freight, they was out of them, back in stock soon. Well, lo and behold, I got on the Harbor Freight app one night, and they had them back in stock. Well, so the next day, I went to Harbor Freight, and they was out of them. And I'm like, well, damn. So the only place I could find one in Kingman was at Napa. And it was about $20 more than the one you would buy at Harbor Freight. And I just said, you know what? By the time I wait for Harbor Freight to get new stock in, I could have probably already spent that $20 on spray cans of it, so I just went ahead and paid. I went ahead and paid full price at Napa, but I've never had anything like that. I've always used the spray cans. I know you can, or I think you can use mineral spirits. Probably couldn't use that new paint thinner I bought because it's like milk. I've seen several different things online, and actually hopefully you won't get no wind there. Hopefully, or what I settled on was acetone. I noticed it evaporates really fast. So your best bet to spray it on a rag and then wipe it down. But same thing, I paid full price at Napa for that gallon, and I don't remember what it was. It wasn't cheap. and then I go to Ace, and they've got it for about a half or more than Napa. So let me know what you guys use in yours. What do you find best for your final wipe down when you're getting ready to paint something or primer it or whatever? Anyhow, that's what I'm going to do here now. I'm going to get a layer of fiberglass on there, let it get set up. While it's setting up, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this area here finished. I still got to close this in. Another thing, couple things I got, and I done these a few days ago. So when I put my patch panels in here, I hadn't opened up these two holes here, and one over there on the other side. That one there, I think. And I still had to get bolts in this outside one, and it was actually this outside one here too. Anyhow, got them cut out, got me a new bolt and my rubber in there for my body mount. Fortunately, I had one right there I could do some measuring off of. On this one, I just come up in the bottom with a punch. Found a punch small enough to fit in there and give it a little tap. That knocked up a little nipple in there where in the give it a tap. On that one, I just found a punch run up in there, skinny enough, long enough, I could run it up in there and give it a tap, and that gave me a dimple up in the floor pan. So I knew where to drill. Got that one drilled out. Done the same thing on the outside one on this. And then I just done some measuring. So I've got those done. Got to get a few more body plugs ordered. So we're only 5 o'clock today. I'm going to get that fiberglass on there. Try to get these two little pieces welded in and sealed up there. And then the other thing I've still got to do, a little kind of tedious job, is on my gas door cover. I bought it off of eBay, and the bolts were broke off. Studs, whatever you want to call them. Anyhow, I've got the hardware now. What I've done is I bought some carriage bolts, and I bought some short ones and long ones. There's a gamut of stuff that goes on this, mainly on the back that holds your license plate. So I got that carriage bolt ground down where it'll fit up in there. Cut off, because you got to fish it in there. I'm really not interested in taking that spring off and trying to get it put back on. So we'll get those up in there. I got another one I got to fit, and then I got to get them spot welded in. So that's a couple little projects I'd like to get knocked out today. And then once that fiberglass on that other side is dry, I can get it knocked down. If I get the two holes welded on this side, while that fiberglass is setting up, then I'll be able to get it sanded down, smoothed up, and go ahead and get some self-etching primer on this tonight. Leave it set till tomorrow. And then if I get that gas door done, same thing. I can, it's still got a couple places that need some self-etching primer squirted on it. And then tomorrow I could go putting some paint on these jambs and the gas door. A couple other little things I'll get ready. Just so I got enough stuff when I activate one of those cans of Aero 2K or 2K Aero paint. I'm able to use it up. the other things I've got, and I actually cleaned them up a little bit the other day. I still need to scuff them, so. And this area right here, it's got these little plates that go on there. Like that, one on either side. And that's just to access this stud that comes down from the fender. So we'll go ahead and get those cleaned up and ready where I can get them painted with the Wimbledon White Aero 2K as well. So that's the plan for today. I didn't do a closeout update last night because it was about, I don't know, midnight or 1 o'clock, and I was just too tired. And I got half of it done last night. Got this other half knocked out today. So that's where we're at. Appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate starting to get a few more comments. I'll just keep bringing you along as I work on this thing. Hope you're all having a good day. We're cooled down a little bit here in Arizona. Had a little rain shower yesterday, real little, but it dropped the temperature 10 degrees, I think it was. I probably already showed that on a video. Today we've been windy. We're supposed to get a little rain, but so far we haven't got it. But it dropped down from 102 down to 91 since I came out here right after lunch. So hope you all having a good day, and we'll catch you here in a little bit. So welcome back to a new day here in the shop. Shop dogs? What are you doing? What are y'all doing? Shadow? What do you think, huh? So what I was working on, I didn't do an evening update last night. I was working on a few little things to hopefully get them ready to paint today. I got my little covers for the door jamb primed up. I got my studs welded in my gas door, got it primed. I was working on, so you got these trim pieces, like this one right here. These are the trim pieces that hold your come on, what did I do, bend that one? Anyhow, these are the trim pieces that hold your kick panels in. And I had this one on the driver's side done. Had the one for the passenger side done, and I was getting ready to scuff it. And when I got looking, I noticed I was missing a piece. So there's a little plastic piece that goes in behind them, and when I was looking at the other side to figure out what I needed to do, I noticed this side was missing. So I went out in my parts car. Hopefully you can see that there. And I got the one off of it. It's supposed to have these teeth that bend around and hold it in. Well, the top one, it broke off. Middle one was broke off. Bottom one's still in place. So what I've done is I've took some of the adhesive I'm using for my weather strips, and I've glued this one in. Well, then when I got ready to put the piece of metal on, and I knew it was lacking, so it had rusted out here on the bottom, and it was about, I'm gonna say about 1.5 inches short. So I was able to, I think this was the original one off of my parts car on the passenger side. I'm not sure what happened to mine. I only have the one. But I was able to take the one off the driver's side, and it has a little bit of a bend here. So what I done is I took the good one off of my car, laid it out here on the bench, and drew out that radius on it and the length. I was able to take the one off of the driver's side of the parts car, flip it over, cut it off a bit of an angle, and I've got my pretty much got my pattern there. So right now I've just got it spotted in a couple of places, and I've marked out the length. So the plan for today is to finish getting that welded up, cleaned up, some self-etch primer on it. I'm going to have to rivet it because several of the teeth that hold it on are missing as well. So I'm going to rivet that on. I'm not going to rivet it on until I get it painted, but yeah, I'm going to have to rivet that on. So once I get that welded up, cleaned up, primed, then I'll be almost ready to paint some stuff. Of course, like any other day, I don't get as much done as I thought I would or hoped I would. So that primer is going to have to set up at least a day, the self-etching primer. And then I'm going to be concentrating on getting this closed in down here today. And then that will make it where all of that stuff, both rockers, the trim pieces, the gas door, and the little covers for the access hole here, I'll be able to get those all painted this weekend. And then at that point, I'll be able to start on the fenders. I've got a parcel supposed to be here today with some little bits and pieces. When those get here, I'll open up and show you what I got there. Part of it is going to be, there's some little rubber seals that go, so we can get in there. They go right here on the fenders. So I got those ordered. I got, we'll see if it's the right ones. I got some gas door, glove box, and I don't remember if I got the bumpers for the door ordered or not. Anyhow, got a variety of things coming. One of the things I've ordered, and I'll show you guys when it gets here, they're a universal trim to fit molding clip. So we'll see how those work out. I think they're going to work out pretty good on a lot of this stuff, but I'll show them to you, and that way if somebody's needing some molding clips or having a hard time finding or can't find, these might be an alternative. So I'm going to get set up here, finish getting that welded up, ground down, cleaned up, and keep going. And thank you all for coming back, and we'll just keep plugging along today. Supposed to be a cooler day here. We got a 70% chance of rain. Got up this morning, it was only was still only 81 degrees, which is nice. Normally we haven't been cooling down below 82 to 85 at night. So good day to be out in the shop, other than there's been some rain showers close and our humidity right now is 43%. So a little sweaty in here, but we'll keep going and we'll update you here in a little bit. All right, that wasn't too bad. This is the back side here. There we go. And this will be the front side that you actually see. I'm going to leave it at that. And a couple little spots there. Could use a little bit more weld, but I don't want to get carried away and make things worse. But, so here's the one from the other side that I use for a pattern. You see my mark right there. I'm going to go ahead and get that cut, but I'm actually going to cut it a little long, and then I can just keep trimming. I'd rather be taking it off than putting it on. It's easier to take a little bit off than it is to weld a little bit on. So I'm going to get that cut off there. Finish getting cleaned up the rust and stuff right there on the end, on both sides, the paint, etc. And then start trimming the fit. So we'll keep at it here. Welcome back to a new day in the shop here. Shop dogs, what are you doing? Shadow? Jax? Shadow, where you at? There you are. What are you doing? What are we going to do today? Pretty hot out here, isn't it? We need to get the fans back on. 102 degrees out here. I cooled down from 105. I've only been out here maybe half hour or so and got the fans and the swamp cooler going. But we'll hopefully get it cooled down. Here's what we're working on today. We got doggy prints on our primer here, but there you go. We're going to work on getting this scuffed. We're going to work on getting this side scuffed. We're going to work on getting the fender skirt scuffed. We got a bunch of little parts and pieces over here. We got the gas lid door. We got which also holds a license plate. We got some miscellaneous little license plate bracket pieces here. We've got our little access covers for right there, right there, where you access the top fender bolt. Got this piece here that I made for the passenger side that holds the kick panels. I'll work on getting my springs painted, and they're going to be a different color. But I'm going to work on getting all those scuffed and painted today with the 2K Aero Wimbledon white. I've got this door all but done here. Still see a couple little pinholes here I got to fill in. But that's ready for a final blocking, I believe. We'll see. And we'll see how it goes. The other thing I want to do is I want to try to get this wheel off, that wheel and tire. I start getting those fender skirts fitted. I got this one off, and in the meantime, while I got them off, I need to get them set up and masked off and painted black and a good hot day to do that and set those outside. It'll bake that paint on. So that's what we're working on today. So we'll get you guys set up on some time lapses here and come back with finished product, and we'll just keep plugging along on this thing. Hope you're all having a good day, and thanks for watching. How many of you figured out what this was? I haven't seen any comments yet. Tell me what this here is. So, in my last video asking if people knew what it was. I know what it is now. So if nobody's answered by the time I put this video out here in the coming week, I'll put it in it. I know there's guys out there that know what it is. So we'll catch you here in a little bit. All right, we're back. Another night in the shop. So I started this video this morning, and I think I had the shop cooled down to about 102 or 100, something like that. And just couldn't get it cooled down anymore. And on this paint, this 2K Aero spray, ideal application is 75 to 85 degrees at 50% humidity or less. So right now we're roughly 88 degrees. Got a good breeze coming from the south, got the windows open, getting it cooled off some more in here. Shut these all off so you guys could hear me, but got the swamp cooler set up here. I'll be pulling air from the back windows there. Coming across, got auxiliary fans set up over there. That'll be carrying it out, drawing it through. I got all my pieces over here cleaned them with mineral spirits this time. You know, I bought this bought this reusable pressure spray can, and I think I mentioned in one of my videos I wasn't sure just what to use in it. When I researched, says you can use mineral spirits or paint thinner, which the paint thinner I buy now you wouldn't want to use. It's like milk. So I bought some acetone. And the problem that I'm having is if this self-etching primer hasn't set for several days, not the high build, I haven't really used it on the high build self-etching, but on my regular self-etching primer, it tends to take it off. So these here, I just use mineral spirits on these because I think I finished spraying them yesterday, I think. I don't know. Time's getting away from me. Anyhow, I've got them both sprayed, cured. I think they've had a couple of days. This one might have just got sprayed last night. I don't remember. Anyhow, it's got a little bit of my existing stuff that I've sprayed covered, so I don't get a lot of overspray. I've got that fan over there. Got that fan over there, so it'll blow air across here when I'm spraying that one. But my plan here is got everything ready to shoot. I get the fans all turned back on. Hopefully I don't get too many bugs in here while I'm doing it. That's one of the problems with doing this at night. They tend to come in that light. But yeah, we're gonna get this stuff. I'm gonna do my hood springs here with a matte black, and the rest of it we're gonna do all with the Aero 2K Aero Spray Wimbledon White. I will get you guys set up here somewhere on a time lapse at least for all the stuff on the rack on this side. I'll see. I don't know if I'll take you around the other side when I spray it or not, but this is going to take at least 3 coats. You do 1 tack coat, a couple of wet coats. You wait 10 minutes between coats, flash time, and we're going to see if we can get it cooled off a little bit more in here. And I've got about 27% humidity right now, and I'm going to see if we can get it cooled off and get this stuff sprayed. Like I say, got a good breeze. This feels good standing here in front of this window. Got a good breeze from the south. And so that's what we're going to do, is get this stuff on there tonight and see what we do tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'll probably go back to work on the doors. And I'll let these door jambs and stuff set up here for at least 3 days. And then I'll start fitting the doors back on. One of the things I really want to do, I'm going to do, once I put the doors on, I've got to get those sill plates mounted down there, get them screwed in, and then make sure bottoms of my doors clear those as well as what I've already got there. So hopefully I won't run into any issues with that. 'Cause like I said, got these doors adjusted pretty good where I want them. I can't really go up a whole lot more on them, or it don't line up here on this body line and this belt line here. I had them lined up right on that. So. All right, back with an evening update. Shop dogs, what are y'all doing? Huh? Jax? Shadow? We spent most of the day inside. It was too hot out here today. They don't like it when it's too hot to begin with. But quick evening update. Seen the time lapse there, getting all my parts painted and jammed and whatnot. So here's this one. I didn't give this top section a 3rd coat because it's going to get covered anyhow with the sill plates. Got our parts all done. Got the fender skirts jammed out good. I was mainly worried about this edge and the underneath edge, because now what I need to do is I don't know if you can see it there or not, right there. These have holes in them for staples to actually hold the weather strip, whatever you want to call it on there. It's a rubber strip. Got my gas door / license plate holder all painted good. All the little pieces that go with it. I'll wait a few days here and then get that put together and show you what it looks like. Got my little access covers painted. I still got 2 cans left. I still got the hood and the fenders to jam out. And I've got to, and like I say, the rear quarter fender openings. And then in here, I'm only gonna do the insulation and the carpet up probably as high as the bottom of that heater core. So I'll go in there and just squirt a little bit of this stuff one of these days when I got half a can left or something like that. And if I need to, I can order another couple cans. The other thing I'm running into, maybe you guys can help me. I got a little spot here I got to touch up, and also on the trunk lid. Yeah, you can see it right there. I'm going to check. I think this was from when I was lining up. But then the other thing I've been researching, so that's supposed to have, I keep seeing bumpers for the trunk. Mine on the hood, it's just got these rubber bumpers. I got a little screw or bolt that goes down in them. And then it's got a couple to go on the fenders. Most of the bumpers for the trunk that I'm seeing they're supposed to thread in somewhere. Mine has nowhere to thread in. The only thing I can find is I've got a hole here, there's no threads, and a hole here. And so in my research it said different plants use different methods. Some of them apparently had the screw-in adjustable, and some of them had the tapered just rubber push in, and I think that's what this is supposed to have. I think one there and one on there, and they're the same as the ones that the bumpers here for the door. So I'm going to get some of them ordered. The other thing I told you guys I'd show you when I got it, I got my order from well, part of it's from Dennis Carpenter. The stuff I'm going to show you here came from Early Ford Store of California. And so I got a glove box, door, rubber bumpers, and in fact, they got Dennis Carpenter labels on them, but they come from the Early Ford Store. But one of the things I got, I know there've been a lot of guys on the Facebook pages asking about stuff like this, but I ordered some of these. These are a trim to fit molding clip. So if that's something you need, keep that in mind. Like I say, it's Early Ford Store of California. It's in San Dimas. And let's see, bag of 10, I actually got 20. So bag of 10 is $16.95. I went ahead and ordered 2 bags of it just so I had enough. But so 2 bags, so 20 of them was $34. So just a little tidbit there if that's something you're needing for some of your molding. I've seen another one as I was going through. I think it was on Classic Industries, and I don't know if they was plastic or if they were metal, but they have little grooves in them, so you can actually, I don't know if you have to cut them off or you can just break off to the size you need. And speaking of that, going through that Classic Industries website, they have a lot of different moldings for these old cars. And they may not necessarily be for these, but they look like a lot of them that this car had on it. So that's my update for the evening. Gonna let this stuff sit up here now for 3 or 4 days and cure out good. Probably what I'm gonna work on tomorrow is get back on this door, get this smoothed up, finished up, and then I'm gonna start. Well, yeah, this will cure out at the same time. same amount of time. But like I say, I want to get those sill plates mounted on there where they go. Get the holes drilled, get the screws in them. Come here. And make sure my doors clear them. So. Yeah, that one may already be bent for the driver's side. Yeah, there we go. I have to polish fingerprints off that when I get done with it, but we're getting hopefully close. I'm going to work a little bit on the fenders and stuff, but I really need to get this thing back down on the ground. I got to get in here and run some wiring because once that headliner is put in, I won't be able to run the wires up in the channel for it here. So my next thing is going to be get those rear fender openings done, and I'm waiting on some parts that'll help me get the fender skirts in there. And then I'm going to get started on this roof. I got to get it blocked, get ready to get it painted, get the stainless on there on that back, above the back window, because I got to get it where I can get this in and get the headliner on it. And I've got a few things I got to do. Once I get the headliner and the carpet in, I can always finish up on the front fenders and that kind of stuff, some little things like that. But gonna work on getting that blocked and ready to paint. I want to thank you all for coming along and leave me a comment. If you're not subscribed, if you'd go ahead and subscribe, that way you get notifications when I put out a new video every week. And we're gonna keep rolling along on this thing. I'm starting to get excited. It's nice to see some paint on it and coming together. So y'all have a good evening, and we'll probably catch you tomorrow doing something.